So, good evening, everyone. Again, so we are happy. I'm happy to meet you again in this very exciting and very useful webinar. So, today we have CG Ravindran, CEO of India Engineering Coaching and Training. So, first of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation, CG. Though we know your busy schedule, but thank you for accepting and for making making a chance to share your knowledge to all the students. So thank you so much. And on behalf of OneYes Technologies, I thank you so much for accepting and welcome you for this webinar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
You
I
can
can
start.
start now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I am CG Ravindran. By profession, I'm a psychologist and I'm to NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. So I was fortunate to learn from the founder called Richard Parler. I went to 3 different countries, Amsterdam, Bali, and London. I trained under Richard Parler, and I am trained for NLP, life coaching, emotional intelligence, motivation, leadership, and all. So today I'm excited when Mr. Yogesh told me that students are going to participate because or I think it's indeed very much needed for the students now. Um, I don't think so. I would be able to talk to them, or I don't think so. It is available now. Yeah, they will be
Yeah, they
somewhere,
can.
right? Okay, it's a live
No, they can
segment.
post their questions in their comments, so you can just see their comments, so that they'll be posting. If they have any questions, they'll be posting there.
That's amazing. So yeah, that's what you can ask me any questions. So besides, I will also going to explain some kind of, because have you gone through the topic what I'm going to explain today? Success or resilience, turn obstacles into opportunities. So actually, when Mr. Yogesh told me that students are going to join, so immediately I changed the topic. Okay, fine, I'll go with this. So if you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. I'm there to help you. Before that, as what did you understand from this success or resilience, and what exactly you understood? So if you have any answers, you can put it in the comment box. So what I want to tell you is, because hardly I don't know how old you all are. I know that you are students, but I don't know what age you will be. Um, Danya, can you help me with their age? How old they will
We
be
have
approximately?
approximately era, but all 18 plus, that I can assure. But I'm not so exact with the
Okay.
ages.
All
So
right.
even
Okay.
some
Then
professionals
probably
also have joined.
completed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. So thank you, Dharanya. So
Yeah.
I just want to mostly the people have completed their education, maybe 12, and maybe you're going for your graduation, or professionals. You said so. Anyone, because this topic is any age, let it be anyone. It's going to help. So when you set out to achieve something original or worthwhile with your life, sooner or later, you will have to deal with rejection and criticism. It can be for the students or it can be for the professionals. Anyone can, happen these issues, rejection and criticism. If you have any issues with that, please put it in the comment box. So maybe you are aspiring to become a doctor or engineer, or maybe you are a performer. Maybe you are aspiring to become an entrepreneur. Already you are an entrepreneur, or sports player, employee, whoever it be. All right. So you can't stop once looking opportunities, struggle, failure, rejection. When you get into a job or when you achieved already something what you are seeking, right? So it's very common that you can face all these kind of struggle, failure, rejection. It is very common with that, especially if you're a student, because for you, the success. Can someone tell me what is success for you? Especially if it is an students, I just want you to answer me. What is success for you? Okay, there is some live comments. I think I have to put it in. All right. I think resilience. Okay, communication engineering paid for free. Good evening. All right. Good evening to everyone. So success usually most of the students because I mean before the pandemic I had a conversation with few students in the college. When I asked them what is success for them, they said getting a job or getting a dream girl or dream boy after marrying their loved one. So that is means success, right? So
So we have
actually,
Satyapriya here. So she
Satyapriya,
has, yeah, she has mentioned success means victory.
victory. All right. But anything else if you want to add, you can add. What does it mean, victory? Like, yeah, for you, how do you call it as
Yes,
victory? So you can please
she is.
mention that.
Yeah, she can.
Right.
She's also explained that I'm completed my BSc CS before 2 years. Now I'm 23. My dream is to become a lecturer. How I want to plan for my success and how to overcome it. Okay, I think in the
All
following
right,
session
all
she'll
right.
answer your questions.
Yeah. So your answer will be, your question will be answered because you will get definitely, and you need to answer me in the end. I'm not going to give you the answer. After the session, you have to tell me how you define success, how you will, achieve your success today, right? So, like most people, you have probably had experienced procrastinating or shying away from putting yourself forward out of fear or rejection or criticism. That's only human, right? So, what that approach won't get you where you want to be. If you're serious about making your dream in reality, at some point you're going to have exposed yourself to rejection and criticism. It's not that when you get a job, I mean, you are succeeded. When you marry to someone that you wanted to, your dream girl or dream man, it's not that you have succeeded. Even Mukesh Ambani, probably you might be thinking that he's a successful person. Of course he is. But in some ways, otherwise, if you think that, is he just sitting and relaxing now? Is he that he's drinking, a glass of beer and he's relaxing near the swimming pool every night, every day? Not really. Probably he's the richest person in India, but he's also putting lots of effort. Probably he will have sleepless night when you compare with us. They will have sleepless night because they have to maintain. That is a major issue for them, right? So they have hundred of works because success is not it's not going to stop, right? So he has to work hard again and again. So until maybe for years and years they have to put the same effort, but they have maybe not the same effort. They have to put more effort, right? So you can't just say that, all right, if I get a job, because most of the teenagers, most of the adolescents after completion of their studies, they think that, okay, if I get a job in the particular company, I'm success. I'm succeeded. So I think I don't need to turn back. Then when they get into the job, when they started with their family life or relationship, whatever it is, then automatically they start facing the reality. They may face lots of rejection, criticism, many things. Then they understand, oh my God, this was not the life. And mostly I have, people seeing that, when they get into failure, disappointment, most of the recently also we have seen many people are, even this pandemic, we have seen that many people are attempting suicide because they don't know how to carry out, they don't know how to handle the situation, right? So you need to develop resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure, disappointment, and hostility, and you need to keep going. So that's what we are going to explain today. Many people have fear of public, lack of confidence, self-esteem, okay, anchor, fear of anything. It can be fear on your teachers, boss, parents, exams, job, anything. Because most of the people they complain that about when they get into the job, they always wait for weekends, holidays, and they just start hating their job. They start working for the. I mean, they start hating their boss, and they just randomly go with the flow. And otherwise, if you really ask them whether they are happy, no, because they don't know how to handle their mind, how to handle their life, right? So anyway, I'm going through all these steps, all these detail. So you can ask me if you have any doubts. And to conquer fear, how do you conquer your fear? How do you manage your fear? Fear with anything. It can be your, a personal fear. It's not that fear in the sense ghost or something. Otherwise, also it can be anything. If you have a stage fear, public fear, exam fear, even now, someone has asked me like, how can I achieve? Right? That is also fear somewhere in me saying that okay, fine, I'm not able to achieve. Am I capable enough to achieve? Okay, so whatever the question, you can put it in the comment box. Accept the fear. It's fine to put a brave face in public, but don't keep yourself. When you set yourself a big challenge, you should accept the fear to rise up before you. You should look out for it and even welcome it. Because if you don't experience much fear, it's not much of a dream. Paradoxically, fear is less intense if you don't resist it. If you know it's normal, you don't panic. Fear is not to run away or hide. So what you have to do? You need to accept it. But to be alert, to face your challenge and deal with the obstacles you face. When you do that, the fear subsides as naturally it does. So what you have to do is how you deal this. Now I want you to do an experiment. Success means victory benefits about OneYes Elearning. Good evening, Vivian. Okay. Okay, now I want you to do one small experience. Shall we? I want you to close your eyes. Just think about a big dream that you have. I want you to do it now. Think about a big dream that you have. Picture yourself. You can visualize it. Probably it can be a movie. It can be some kind of feeling. Most of the few people can visualize things. Maybe kind of feeling. Maybe you are able to hear the sound. Person to person it changes. I want you to visualize that. Visualize it realistically as you can. Imagine that is already that you got it. Tell yourself that you are really going to do it. Maybe you want to become a professor, doctor, or engineer, or teacher, or already you are an entrepreneur. Then you want to your business, growing business, or let it be anything. While visualizing, what kind of feeling you have? Do you have any fear in your body? Because when you think about your big picture, the big dream, simultaneously you will also get the there's a disturbance. That
Hello.
yeah, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think can you mute the? I think your side some sounds are coming. I guess. Yes. All right. So what you have to do is now. I want you to visualize, feel it. It is happening now. Simultaneously, I want you to think what kind of limiting belief, limiting thoughts you are getting. Mostly the dream. What is stopping you to reach your dream? What are the challenges you are facing? You need to visualize that it is happening now. When you start to feel that fear, I don't want you to resist it. Try to ignore it. Stay centered and alert. Observe exactly where is your body, which part of your body experience that fear. Most of the people have, while breathing, they will have, breathe into it. They will have fear or kind of pain somewhere. Mostly the people experience fear on the shoulders, whatever it is. Allow yourself to experience that fear, realizing that no need to get panicked. Notice what thoughts are going through your mind. It is kind of a mental disaster movie. If you have a remote, what will you do if you don't like some movies? If you're watching some movies or advertisement, what do you do? You'll immediately switch it off, right? If you feel that if the movie is going to be a mental disaster, just switch it off now. I want you to see yourself dealing effectively with the challenge, surviving and succeeding in your goal. Whatever the challenges you have been, whatever the challenges you have seen in the picture while visualizing, how are you going to survive that? How are you going to deal it effectively? Whatever the big dream. At the same time, I want you to see the challenges also. I want Satya Priya. So whatever the you are doing your completed BSc now, your dream is to become lecturer. So you want to plan for the success, how to overcome. So I want you to really think about the challenges, the failures. Don't call it a failure. In fact, you need to think that that is a learning for you, right? So what you have learned from your experience, now how you want to go with that, how you want to change. I want you to visualize now. Whatever the negative thought, negative belief, what you have until now, I just want you to keep it in a corner, mute it, right? You can change that image now. Only the success image I want you to think at final. Whatever the challenges, whatever the problems you are seeing, just keep it in a corner, mute them, right? And only visualize your big image, big dream, the big picture. Even if you get any kind of negative thought, just ask them to get out. Right? You can do it actually because it's your mind. What did you understand now? When you're really going through your mind, you can realize one thing. It's not that your parents are stopping you, or your neighbors are stopping you, or your teachers are stopping you. It's that me, it's that you are stopping yourself. Right? All your inner thoughts, your negative thoughts are stopping you, right? Because we have got lots of potential within us. We need to unleash the potential. Unless and until you identify the potential within you, I don't think so we will be able to success. Many times you think that even anchor, because it is not regarding the topic, but again, anchor or let it be fear, let it be limiting thoughts, limiting belief. Few people say that I have fear of stage, I have public fear, I have anchors, whatever, whatever the problem it is, anxiety, depression, or let it be anything. If you really think where exactly it comes from, if that anyone is telling you that it's you need to have anxiety or depression. So that's a saying. We say that I have failed for 10th exam, right? Because of anxiety. I have fear of exam, so I failed for 10th exam. Then I couldn't do my 12th, right? So because of that anxiety. Then of course I couldn't do my graduation again because of that anxiety, right? So eventually what happened? I didn't get a job. I didn't get a good family. So everything because of that anxiety. So is it that is it that you want? Rather, it's everything comes from your mind. You decide that the anxiety is coming from me. Even when you get angry, if there's someone have spoke to you something, right? You heard it, you saw it, you feel it. Now it's me that have to take a decision what to answer for that person. Right? Externally, I heard many things, I saw it, and I felt it. Now my values, right? My beliefs, my thoughts, my culture have to decide. my internal thoughts, my internal feelings should decide what to answer for that question. Right? It's within you. It's not that mostly people say that because that other person have got angry, I also got angry. It's not like that. Right? It's within me that have to decide that what to answer for those questions. Right? So whatever it is, let it be any kind of issues, any kind of problem, is within us. I have to decide that what to answer, how to go with that. Someone, I'm feeling very happy inside by that I have achieved my dream. Thank you. Very good, Satyapriya. All right. Now, so did you able to do your visualization? I want you to do it every day. This is a technique. I don't know if anyone knows this. You can do this visualization technique every day. Let it be anything, not only your big picture, you can do it for everything. Even tomorrow you got a meeting, you have an exam, or the people, working professionals and have also joined. So anyone who wants to, who have a meeting or any problem, just do the visualization technique every single day. Right? So if you have a meeting tomorrow, you have a fear that, oh my God, whether I'm going to succeed, whether I'm going to perform well, whether I'm going to attend the meeting in better way. So visualize and reflect yourself, like how you're going to perform, what all topic you're going to discuss, whatever it is, just visualize it and feel it. It will already happen. And whenever you get kind of critic's voice, rejection voice, or kind of failure sound, right? Immediately you need to realize that what kind of, mostly what happened, you need to find a positive intent behind that negative. Usually what happened, mostly we will think that, oh my God, I'm getting lots of negative. I don't think so I would be able to achieve them. I don't think so I would be able to perform, right? And you end up not performing well. Rather, find a positive intent. So when you close your eyes and when you visualize it, if you get kind of mental disaster, kind of feeling that, oh my God, I'm not going to perform, probably the positive intent that you need to prepare well, right? You need to have more practice. So you can practice it in front of the mirror or with the family, make them to sit and practice it. So that would be the positive intent. For anything, you can find the positive intent behind that negative thought, right? So when you practice it again, visualize and think that if you get any kind of negative thoughts or mental disaster kind of a movie, if it comes immediately, you need to understand the positive intent and change it. what Whatever the challenges comes to you, you need to survive, you need to succeed by visualizing it. It's a best technique. You can practice it, right? And also you can write it down that you have already achieved them. How you have visualized, the same way I want you to write it down. You need to maintain a journal and write it down that I have. It should be in the present tense. You need to write like you have already achieved that. You are already, uh, what to say. You have already attended the meeting and it was successful. Right? You can write in detail. It should be in the present tense. Mention that it is already achieved, and it can be anything. Even the people who wants to, looking for developing your career or whatever it is, write in present tense every day. You need to maintain a journal because trust me, it's work, because you can really work on it. You can write down every day what all things you want to change, what all things you need to achieve. Just write it down. Along with that, you need to do this visualization, right? This is a technique. Now, apart from good evening, I'm not getting any questions. You can ask me any questions. So,
I
why
think they
you
have
need to
asked
build?
certain questions in the registration itself, file registration itself. So, can I post those questions?
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. So, one second. Um, Money content, he has asked, what is the correlation between success and resilience?
okay. Success and silence.
Resilience.
Mhm.
Mm.
All right. You can ask me all the questions because I think I'm covering all the sections today.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in the yeah,
So, can I post all the questions right now, or you want me to post one by one?
you can. I mean, are you going to ask me or are you going to type it?
No, no, I'm going to ask you on behalf of the participants.
All right, please, please. You
Okay.
can.
Yeah. So, I'll be asking one by one so that it will be very clear and crisp. So, the first question is, what is the correlation between success and resilience?
Success and the silence.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Correlation, success and silence. I'm not able to connect with that.
Okay.
Rather, yeah. So that's the reason I said maybe I would be able to talk in better way rather than success and silence because yeah, I'm not able to connect with that.
Okay. So I think the question, if it is quite elaborated, I think we could go ahead. So let's go ahead with the next question. So next question is how to be optimistic while facing the obstacles.
Okay, okay. That's a very good question because that is that need to be practiced because usually many people they have the main issues with self judgment, negative self judgment. So I've seen many people that okay, before that I have to say about our mind. Usually minimum 85 thoughts, 85,000 negative thoughts comes in our mind every day in 24 hours. So unfortunately, most of them are negative thoughts. We don't know. It's kind of a flow. It comes lots of negative thoughts, bombarded with lots of negative thoughts. It's like even when you drive, when you go out, right? Even when you watch movie, when you watch news, every time you will be complaining about someone, right? Even if you see someone is overtaking your vehicle, so immediately you get angry. So if you see the road is maybe the Tamil Nadu roads at best. Okay, now so if you see the roads collapsed or some kind of things when you drive, so immediately you will get angry on someone, right? Probably you will get angry on the corporator or the MLA. So it's we actually don't know if we really if when I explain probably you will come to know that what all things, what all thoughts and negative thoughts and beliefs we have every day, right? So usually what happens, we have lots of self judgment about ourselves. Usually, if you really think, who is judging you? I mentioned earlier also, it's not that someone else is telling you that you can't do this. You have stage fear, you have fear of height, right? You can't do this, right? You are not able to succeed. Maybe other people can achieve, not me. So it's me that judging myself. It's that you are judging yourself, right? So you need to have optimism. That is very important because self judgment, that is a poison that you need to eliminate from your life. Unless and until you have an optimism, you need to practice self acceptance, mindfulness, and optimism. All the three, because these are the success secrets I can tell you. Self acceptance, whatever you are, however you are, accept yourself. Take responsibility for the things what you do. Usually, what we do, if something happens, immediately we don't want to take accept that mistake. Rather, we say that it's because of my parents. Otherwise, they didn't send me right school, so I couldn't speak good English. Right? He didn't pay me well, so that's the reason I couldn't achieve that. Otherwise, because of my colleague, he did the mistake, so I couldn't perform well. So is that it's very common for the people to criticize or playing like a victim. That is very common for anyone. So I'm a victim, and other person is the culprit over there. So so you need to practice self-acceptance, whatever you are, however you are, take responsibility and accept the way you are, and practice self-acceptance. That it is a process you need to practice, and optimism, mindfulness. Mindfulness is something that you need to be present in the mind rather than focusing on future, rather than focusing on the past. Focus on the present. How you want things to be now, then you would be able to. Because unless and until you prepare to be the best for the present, Let it be anything, you won't be able to success for the future, right? Even if you want to become an someone electronic communication engineer, something. I mean, someone have written, even the person who have written professor, unless and until you practice now, you won't be able to, you know, a success for the future. So optimism is very important for the success. Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, the self acceptance level nowadays is literally decreasing. So I think we have to increase it up, and only when that happens, I think all the obstacles that we face will be like, okay, fine, you're an obstacle, come, let me hit you and then go. So that is the level we have to. Yeah, that is the thing we have to bring up. As you
Yeah.
rightly said, self acceptance is very very important. Whatever they criticize, I'm gonna go in my way, which is very good. So that is what I think. The perfect thing for everybody. So we have to, as you said, practice is very important. It doesn't come overnight.
Exactly.
So practicing is very very more important. Yeah.
That's true.
So and we have another question from Satya Priya. I hope so. Yeah. I'm working as a teacher. I want to go to higher studies. How can I overcome my obstacles?
Okay. I think Satyapriya, we have already seen that. Satyapriya,
Yeah.
personally, I suggest that I think you have already done with your DFC and obstacles. I just want you to mention like what are the obstacles what you face. But otherwise, if you are not comfort enough, I want you to do the same experience because ultimately it's within you. You need to unleash the potential within you. So I want you to experience. I want you to practice that. Whatever the mindfulness, what we have done, visualizing technique. So while doing it, find your obstacles also. What is stopping you to achieve your dream, right? Where you feel that you need to improve, what are areas that you want to take steps, better steps. If you find any failure in between, find it rather than finding it as a failure, rather you would you have learned from it, right? Unless and until you face a failure, you won't be able to succeed. So let it be anything, find the uh, positive behind that negative thoughts or negative obstacle and go forward. So if you would have any other question, please feel to contact us, type, mention us, because if at all, if you want to talk to us personally, we are there to help you.
I have a personal question. Okay. Yeah.
One second, maybe the silence and success. So probably people think that, oh my God, no one have answered me, that we have avoided him. It's not that because I didn't understand the question well. Maybe he might be thinking, I'm just, articulating the question. Is that uh, maybe most of the people they don't want to disclose their success until they achieve them. Usually, many people they do that. Before they succeed, they just sell things, and ultimately they don't reach what they want to. So rather, it is. I think that would be the question. But I personally think whatever the skills you have, whatever the talent you have, you need to realize what is your potential. It's not that someone else have to tell you that this is what you need to achieve. Rather, what you want to achieve, what you want to be, reach to, whatever the success you want to have, right? Let it be any field and work towards to that. So usually, many people what they do because since I'm into this field, I get lots of clients stating that personally I don't like to become an engineer because recently even today I got a call stating that I didn't want to become an engineer. My parents have forced me to do engineering, right? So I don't want to do that job, right? So rather, I want to change now to management, but my parents are not allowing me. Otherwise, suggest me what else I can do. So I was thinking, God, he's already 22 now. Now, if he wants to do any courses, then he has to spend more years. Is that we have climbed all the mountain, right? Or we have reached with lots of struggle, and ultimately we realized that this was not the mountain I wanted to climb. So the far where what I can see that was that was amount and I supposed to reach, right? So usually what happens, this is what the night usually parents what they say the other kid is doing this program, so you also need to do this too. So of course we are innocent, the kids are innocent, and they, because they don't have any control over their financial side, so they have to listen to parents because they have no other option. But so it is actually a helpless side. We won't be able to help them in that way. Only thing they need to cope with the flow. Otherwise, they have to find the ultimate happiness from that. Whatever the job they are. Look how they can make it happier. Even if I don't like my job, I can do multiple things. I can spend my time in better way, like something I like, right? I personally like driving. I do kalari fight. I mean, I martial arts, so I'm good at doing that. I spend time with, I mean, my personal experience, if I'm saying, so I make sure that I'll do driving every day. I will do clarified practice. Kind of yoga, meditation, or whatever. In many ways, you can make your life happy, right? It's ultimately within you that you need to decide how I can make happy, right? I can make my life, rather than miserable, how I can make myself happy. So this maybe I think this would be the. I think I could answer his question. If at all, if you want to ask me something else regarding the success and silence, you can, because he'll be online, so you can ask me the question. If at all, if I didn't answer your question, your personal question, Darren. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So no issues. So what I'll do is that whatever the concept you have said, I've tried it out. So I'll just visualize that. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna achieve this, and I'll do everything in one day. And then the next day, where it gets disappeared. So I think most of the people will face same issue. Like one day we'll get, oh my god, today I have listened to CG, so that I'll take my notes, I'll visualize it's perfect, so I have perfectly planned. When I go to the next day, it again disappears like it's like just a flying star. So what kind of suggestion would you give to me so that I could improve on this?
I understand. It's a very good question. So first and foremost, I would suggest take self-responsibility. That's a major part for anything if you want to excel, right? So you need to challenge yourself to take responsibility. Let it be anything, because we are there in our comfort zone. This is our world, right? We will not have comfort to go out of this. So you need to break that shell, right? So unless and until you break this shell, you won't be able to unleash whatever the potential within you. Right? It's difficult. So especially uh, other examples, if I tell you, many people want to reduce the fat, right? They will join for gym. Okay, maybe they have been with a motivational coach, motivational speaker, and they are highly motivated now. Okay, fine. Let me go out. They take the membership from gym, and now until that person could be able to help you. Now it's within me have to decide whether to utilize that money, whether to help me with my health. Right? So what you can do is you need to challenge yourself. You need to have a goal setting. So that is a major thing I want you to do every individual. So that is a process. Even everyone, I would suggest. I want you to write it down, whatever the points I'm going to tell you. Right? So what you can do is first visualize yourself that what you want to achieve. What is your big picture? So the big picture is something that it's not that I tomorrow I want to do like I want to have 5 lakhs. No, right? The big picture should be realistic. It is measurable, right? So it should be something. Some people I've seen after if they say that okay fine after 35 years if they want to become an IAS civil service, if they want to write an is it possible? No, right? So that's the reason I said it's not that when you visualize you can achieve everything. Rather, it should be realistic. What you want to achieve, even if it is financial. Okay, I want to earn 5 lakhs by July 15, 2020. right? Now, you need to write it down each step. How am I going to reach? How am I going to earn? Do I have a job? What is my salary? Right? And the outcome. What am I going to do with this money? Right? Even the people who wants to go to gym regularly, who wants to achieve some kind of career, job, let it be anything. You need to write your big picture. Now you need to write a step by step. How am I going to achieve? What are the steps I have to take to my desired goal? Dogs are barking. I could see that. I could hear the sound that dogs are barking. I mean, puppies, I guess.
Yeah, I'll just mute myself.
No problem, no problem, no problem. It's so cute. Anyway, so you need to take small steps. Don't usually people who wants to become an entrepreneur, who people who wants to become, different, whatever they get, whatever the dream, they just dream it and they take the next step doing it. So people who want to, okay, for example, they want to start a textile, and instead of researching anything, okay, I dream that I want to have a shop, and next day they will start a shop without doing any research. Rather, and within 4 or 5 days, within a month, you can see that it is shut down because no business. You might have seen many people like that, right? So what I want you to do is take small steps. When you take small steps, you can realize if at all if there is any failure, you can understand, you can learn from that failure, and you can do better for the next time, right? So rather than finding this as a failure, you can think that my God, what I have learned from this, right? Rather than being disappointed, so you can think that okay, good, fine. These are the if I do this, these are the things I'm going to get the difficulties. Now, what differently I can do, right? So usually, first we don't know what we know. Even if you today when you come for the section, probably you don't know what I'm going to teach you. So then immediately you have seen the advertisement. Fine, she said resilience and success. So obstacles. What it will be? So this action you have taken because already you people are successful because you have taken an action today, right? Even though Sunday you could have done hundred of things, right? You could have slept, you could have been with the family, but you spend 1 hour today that you want to learn something. That is your action, right? Whatever it is, whatever you want to achieve, first, first try to learn, first to understand what it is, right? You don't know. Now, what is the next step? Take an action, a small step, right? So you have taken a small step today, right? Now, going forward, what's the best way I can improve, right? So you would be able to, right? You have to find while going, you can understand that lots of difficulties in this. I have to put lots of effort in this. So analyze, understand each and every step into it. Right? So these what we are doing, all this visualization, journaling, all these are the supporting system. So when you visualize, when you journalize, you can literally see that your steps are very near to you. Otherwise, you need to take 100 steps. Maybe while visualizing, you can see that you can easily reach to the step. Because technically, what happens, you're every day you are seeing that you have achieved. Every day you are seeing that okay, it is not difficult. I've already achieved it. You should make sure that it should be in the present. It is that you have already achieved and you are enjoying it. You are seeing it in front of you. Right? So you have already become a professor, you are already become a doctor, you are already become an entrepreneur. And if you are an entrepreneur, if you are already working profession, whatever your dream, that you have achieved it. Right? So it means your subconscious mind doesn't know what is true, what is false. Okay. So shall I tell you one example? I want Daranya to do because I can't see others if they are doing it.
Yeah, sure, sure. I'll
Maybe
do it.
I
Yeah.
want you to imagine that you are holding a lemon. I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
You're standing in the kitchen. I want you to imagine that you are holding a lemon.
Okay.
Feel the texture of the lemon, the waxy, yellow,
Okay.
Probably you are having a good fragrance from the lemon. I want you to take a knife and
Okay.
cut the lemon in
Okay.
two slices.
Okay.
Take a small piece
Mm-hmm.
and bite it.
Okay.
The juice is flowing on your face. Thank.
Okay.
Now I want you to open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel it?
Yeah.
I could literally see that the saliva form, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, you know that I am just instructing you, guiding you, but still you could feel it. How do you watch the movie? Right? When you watch a movie, so usually the stories will be like this, Tamil movies especially. First, happy family, Prakash Raj's daughter, and happy family, right? All of a sudden, villain who use ganja, cigarette, bidi, everything. And the third day, the father saw that the boy, the hero, and heroine are going his daughter, right? So they are going together in bike. So next day, immediately the director changed the movie. The father become villain and the hero become superhero, right? So father immediately turned into a villain. Even me, you, anyone, do you think that without our permission we don't want our daughter to marry someone, right? But in the movie, whatever the director take us, we will also go for with the same flow, right?
Correct.
The reason that is a talent of the director because the driver position, director was driving us. It's that we have tied somewhere in the car, backside of the car, and driver is driving. Someone else is driving, and someone else is saying that you can't stay. Wherever I take you, you need to. Okay, you have to go along with that. We have no right to talk to him. So you have tied somewhere. Is that the same way? That's the reason we get angry. That's the reason we get all this depression, anxiety, because we don't know how to drive our brain. That's the reason these movies, whatever visually when we see, even if it is ghost movie, we know that it is ghost, it doesn't exist. It's no way going to harm us, but still we are so scared of the movie, right? Because the subconscious mind doesn't know what is real and what is fake. So we can easily fool our subconscious mind. Usually we are used to, we use only our conscious part. So we need to develop to use our subconscious mind and we can reprogram it. So whatever stopping you, whatever you say, Taranya said that, probably today I will be super enthusiastic and I will do all the technique, maybe I will practice everything, but next day I will come to normal. I don't do it. So you need to program your subconscious mind that I am able to do everything, right? You need to keep on saying the positive words. That's called affirmation. You need to say that I achieved. I have become a doctor. I will become a teacher. Whatever it is, you need to consciously. You need to constantly say this positive words, and you should also write down. That is going to help you. Ravina, do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Yeah. We have another question from Deepa. So when I say I want to achieve something, which makes me feel bad.
Tarani, I was not able to hear you. Come again.
Okay. So the question is from Deepa. So when I say I want to achieve something, some people are disappointing me, which makes me feel bad.
Okay.
So how to overcome this?
Alright. Uh, so I think I have answered the same question in different ways. So that's what I want you to mute the voice. I want you to. It's not that Dharani I have to mute the voice. Okay. So what I want to do is whoever talk, let whole world talk. Whole world talk. Criticize you. Ultimately, it's within you. You need to decide that what I want to achieve, right? So you need to be conscious enough to realize what will happen in surrounding, but at the same time, focus only on your goals, right? So you should be capable enough to mute all the voice. Just visualize what you want to achieve, and whatever the critic's voice, just mute them. Mute them in the sense literally your eyes, your ears are open, but still focus only on your goals, right? Whatever the disappointment, whatever the whole world criticize you, it's ultimately is that you have to achieve, right? Let whole world talk about you. That's all I can tell you, because that's a great thing what you can practice. Okay.
So, participants, I think ma'am had she has answered Deepa's questions quite well. So, if you have any questions, you can just post your questions so that she'll be here to answer all your questions.
And Deepa, one more thing I want to tell you again, self responsibility, because it should not be an excuse, because for achieving your dreams or your success, it should not be an excuse that because of some person have criticized me, disappointed me, so I couldn't achieve. All right, because anyway, it's you have to fulfill your dream. So these are just an excuses. These are anyways not going to help you anyway. So instead, take the responsibility for your life, right? And just go forward with that. Find your goals, realize your goal, what you want to achieve. Just write it down and take small steps and achieve to it. Just go forward with your dream. Is there anything else?
Um, I think we can wait for another 5 minutes. So, people, I think they are framing the questions. So, we'll just wait up.
Okay. All right. All right. At the time, I will explain something. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure, sure. You can go ahead.
If any question comes, please ask. So I would also want to suggest you something that change your perception of obstacles. Obstacles only appear when we take our focus off our goals. So to turn our obstacle into opportunity, the first thing you need to do, perceive them perceive them merely, your goal is achievable. And unless your mind thought, you wouldn't have started working on it first place. Without obstacles, achieving anything would be easy, and without struggle, there is no point fighting for something you're aiming at. So instead of trying to fight it, try different methods of dealing with it. No matter how much intimidating it may seem, there'll be always a way around it. Try a different approach, and you can win. So see it in different ways, and because many people have seen that they only go in one direction. Even if you fail, even if you find some difficulties, even if you find some struggle, either they just leave that, they just give up. Otherwise, they give up and they complain that it's never going to work out, this is never going to work for me, right? It is not my cup of tea. Okay, instead, you need to analyze, why am I failed? What was the reason behind the failure? So what I can do something different now? What is the, like, you can even model someone. It's not that you need to model completely someone. Rather, for few things you can model someone. You need to find, okay, maybe the same situation some other people have already achieved. What would be that reason for achieving, for help them to achieve? Okay, you can model their, some kind of leadership skill, some kind of skill, and you can also implement in your, if at all, if you feel that there is no source now, there is uh, nothing can be achieved now, then you can model someone. You can take someone's help. You can use someone's models in the sense, some, what is their process, how do they success. So you can just try it out. That is one thing. Focus on your strength, not weakness. This is the major thing I wanted to share with you, because usually, for example, if I tell you Sachin Tendulkar, his strength is batting. Imagine if he was concentrating on football, because his weakness probably is not good at playing football, right? So imagine like his parents, okay, fine, you learn cricket now, let you focus on football also. If he was doing that, do you think that we get a good player? We call him as god of cricket, and do you think that we get him like that? No, right? So always focus on your strength, not weakness. Because of course weakness you can check only to strength your in fact strength, because the weakness is supporting for your strength. When when a crisis confronts you, the natural instinct is you to think about your weakness, but instead of thinking about what you cannot do, think about what you can do. What will be the game changer? If you overanalyze the difficulty of the obstacle, you will not be able to overcome it. The first time we react to hardship in a different way is not easy, but in time you develop the habit of affirmative action. In turn, your mental health will increase. When you use your strength, the accomplishment can motivate you and boost your progress. Okay? So always focus on what you want rather than focusing on what you don't want. Example, if you want to become, okay, let me say about the fat. Okay, if you want to lose your weight, let's say you want to lose your weight. So instead of thinking about, usually most of the people, have you noticed, they always say that what they don't want. Okay, so I'm not getting a good example. Okay, I'll tell about kids. Okay, maybe you have experience. Usually, parents, what they do, you are not studying, you don't focus, you don't eat well, you don't study well, you don't work good. The other kids are good, but you are not doing well, right? So these are the complaints probably you would be hearing, or you would be complaining about your kids, or your parents are complaining about you. These are the things which we don't want. Actually, what we want our kids to be highly qualified, educated, focused, and eating well, or working hard, or let it be anything. So mostly the people, they don't focus on what they want. So change your focus always. Change into what you want. Think about what you want. Okay, you are today when you woke up, you are feeling uneasiness, you are sick. Okay, so immediately you'll call someone and say that I'm not well today, I'm not able to work today, I'm not able to come today because I'm sick. So how you want to be? Actually, you want to be healthy, you want to be smart, right? Always say what you want rather than focusing on what you don't want. It's not only in action, you also need to use those words, use that positive affirmation in your communication. Okay? So another one, I think it's time up. Is it Dharanya? Time up, right?
Yes, yes, yeah.
All right.
So,
So, is there
I think
any
if you
other
have any
question?
questions, yeah, if you have any questions, you can contact us so that we could explain interoperability. And if you contact us, I'll just in contact Ms. Siji Ravindran so that we can get your answers very clearly. So as of now, I have just sent you the feedback link. So
All
please do
right.
share your valuable feedbacks to us. So only when you fill the feedback, we'll be able to provide your e-certificate. So I wish everybody fill your feedbacks, and feedback is very important for us also in order to improve, in order to make other sessions. So first of all, thank you so much, CG Ravindran. So it was very patient and it was very clear. So, though we are not able to completely analyze the topic, but I hope we have answered all the questions. So, that is the big part of this program. So, thank you so much, Siji, and thank you all participants for your patience. I hope you would have many questions. So, just post it up with us so that we'll ensure your all the questions get solved. So, in spite of this evening, Sunday evening, so you are attending this webinar. So that is a very great sign from you people. So I think that is the success of this program. And thank you so much, CG, for sharing your time and sharing your knowledge with us. And thank you all participants for your patience. So yeah. So I can just fill the feedback. Again, you just ensure you fill your feedbacks. And thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
the
so
activity
much.
that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.